Namaskar, friends. This is Shekhar Mayanil here again with a brand new episode of Yogic-Neurosciences in Hanuman Chalisa. This is episode 13. So, before I begin, let me seek the blessings of Ganesh Ji and, of course, Hanuman Ji Maharaj, who is nobody other than our breath itself, right? So, if we can be aware of our breath, that is exactly what Hanuman Ji Maharaj is. Okay. So, let's start with it. So, let me share my screen today, and we are going to be discussing about Sita Ji and what is the role Hanuman Ji plays in. Let me see if I can hide this whole thing. Okay. So this is what our topic of discussion is. So what form does Hanumanji or Ramdoot or the messenger of consciousness take when delivering the message to Sita Ji? This is our topic of discussion today. What forms does he? You remember we had discussed that Hanumanji represented the immune surveillance role in our 11th episode, where he went to Vibhishan's house and he activated the dendritic cells, which means basically the dormant cells in the immune system to take care of the immunity. Okay. So after that, he had Vibhishan told him that Sita Ji is in Ashok Vatika. So this is how when he went to Ashok Vatika, he saw Sita Ji from a distance and he was wondering what he should do. So he hid himself behind the trees, the Ashoka tree there, right? So, and then he saw Ravan come and threaten Sita Ji. And he just harassed her too much. I mean, it was like high cortisol level. You can think of the most fearful, very high anxiety situation Sita Ji was facing that time, and Hanumanji is watching from the top of the tree. And Ravan says, "Mas devasa mahu kahana mana, tau mai marib kahdi kripana," which means if you do not listen to me and marry me within about 1 month time, I will kill you with this sword itself. So that was the kind of harassment that she was undergoing. And this is a stage of unbelievable stress that you can think of. Now, in Tulsidas Hanuman Chalisa, you will find something very strange, and that is he uses one word, Ramdoot. This is exactly what we are trying to elaborate on, Ramdoot. So, but in Hanuman Chalisa, it's not elaborate. The elaboration comes from other writings of his, which is Sri Ramcharitmanas. So from there, the real meaning of Ramdoot comes out. So what he saw Sita Ji in once Ravan harassed her and he had gone, Hanumanji saw Sita Ji in this situation, very, very depressed. In fact, just before Hanumanji dropped the ring in front of her, she was asking the maids over there who was guarding her to get the fire so that she can burn herself. That much suicidal she was. At that time, what Hanumanji did, this is how we saw Hanumanji. Nija pada nayana diye mana Rama pad kamala leen param dhuki bha pavan sutta dekh janaki deen. He himself was experiencing a lot of stress to see Sita Ji in that type of situation. But nonetheless, what he did was he dropped the ring quietly. I mean, there is nobody parallel to Hanumanji in as far as psychotherapy goes. Hanumanji could have immediately said, Sita Ji, look, I have got this ring for you from Sri Ram. But he would not do that because at that time, if Hanumanji did some mistake, it's over. Because Sita Ji would not trust any. At this time, at the very high stress level, there is zero trust in anybody in the world. Now, even if give the mudrika, the ring to her, she would not believe it. And everything will be gone. So Hanumanji was very sharp in understanding the psychology of Sita Ji at that time. And he quietly dropped the ring. Then what happened? When Sita Ji saw the ring, तब देखी मुद्रिका मनोहर राम नाम अंकित अति सुंदर चकित चितव मुदरी पहचानी हर्ष विषाद हृदय कुलानी जीति को सकय अजय रघुराई माया ते असिरचि नहीं जाई सीता मन विचार कर नाना मधुर वचन बोले हनुमाना. Now what happened? When Hanumanji dropped, he waited for the response from Sita Ji. What is she experiencing? He must be watching her facial expressions. तब देखी मुद्रिका मनोहर राम नाम अंकित अति सुंदर Chakita, Chitava, Mudari Pachan. She was surprised to see this mudrika, means the ring of Ram, on which was engraved Ram Nam. And obviously she felt harash, absolutely effulgent and happy about it. But at the same time, she was thinking, Vishad means, how could that ring come here? That ring should be with him, which means, has he been killed? No, cannot be. Because Ramchandra ji is Ajay. He cannot be destroyed by anybody. Then how did the ring come here? And then she said, oh, Maya say, maybe Maya, this Lanka is a Maya Nagri, and anything can happen here. And it's all delusional, illusional, all kind of games can be played here. So he said, no, Maya say this ring cannot be made by illusion. So Sita man vichar kar nana. Then she was thinking of all these different permutations and combinations as to how this ring can come here. At that time, Hanumanji, Madhur Bachana Bolev Hanumana. Then Mudrika effect. Now you remember one thing. That Mudrika created an ambience in her mind, made a mindset, a different mindset in order for Hanumanji to relate Ram Katha. If we had just started with Ram Katha, that would not have had any effect on Sita Ji. But that Mudrika made her think about the past, because that Mudrika, she got this Mudrika from Ramchandra Ji at the time when she got married. So her mind went all the way in the past, in the good, beautiful moment of the past. And that caused her to dream about that aspect. And that created a situation where he could talk about Ram Kathas, and that's what happened. Chandra guna barne laga, sunat hi Sita kar dukh bhaga, lage sune shravan man lai, आदि उते सब कथा सुनाई श्रवणामृत जही कथा सुहाई कही सो प्रकट होई किन भाई. Now you see, Ramachandra guna barne laga sunat hi Sita kar dukh bhaga. Means you see the stage of situation where she is in so much stress and anguish, almost suicidal. And when Ramchandra ji gun barne laga, when Hanumanji started praising praising Ramchandra ji and all his qualities and all that, sunat hi Sita kar dukh bhaga. What a beautiful situation that this is, Hanumanji is creating. First, he dropped the mudrika to see her expression, whether she is in a receptive mode or not. Now, if she had thrown that mudrika away, then Hanumanji would not have talked about it. But she was showing surprise and happiness, at the same time sadness on her face, all these emotions coming and going on her face. So Hanumanji was watching. And they immediately said, Ramchandra gun barne laga, sunatai Sita kar dukha. And when she was started to see the Ramchandra Ji's Katha, then Sita Ji's face became very, very happy. And look at the face over here and compared to over here. Okay. Look at the face over here and look at the face over here. How a sudden change has happened. Lage sunay Shravan man lai, Adev se sab katha sunai. Then she said, she was intently listening to that katha and Hanumanji is watching. Then she said, Shravanamrit Jai Katha, the one who is telling this beautiful katha, why can't he come in front? And then Hanumanji went there and said, राम दूत मैं मातु जान की सत्य शपथ करुणा निधान की यह मुद्रिका मातु मैं आनी दीन राम तुम कह सहदानी. Means Ramdoot, मैं मातु जान की. Now this is the correlation of Ramdoot from Hanuman Chalisa. Ramdoot, मैं मातु जान की. I am the Ramdoot. Satya Sapat Karuna Nidhan ki. Now why he uses Karuna Nidhan? Because Sita Ji always used to address Sri Ram as Karuna Nidhan. And that's exactly what word he used that time to win confidence. Ya mudrika matu mai aani. I brought this mudrika from Sri Ram. Then and after that, Hanumanji was telling all the good things about how Hanumanji Ramchandra Ji is creating the army of monkeys, and all the monkeys will come and fight. In order to gain to make her smile even more, you know what Hanumanji did? Was Hanumanji started behaving like a child, like 5-year-old child. And if you say when the 5-year-old child starts to take a toy gun and try to maybe or a toy sword and do Star Wars things in front of and trying to fight Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that, the mother and the parents smile because, oh, this is such a cute little boy who's doing some heavy duty. But you know what? They don't discourage him. They don't discourage him. Similarly, Sita Ji never discourages. He says, that's okay. You are very good. You are healthy. You are very strong. But hey, sut kapi sab tumhi samana, jatu dhana ati bhat balwana. Then she was smiling, and when she was saying this, and she said, listen, baby, hey, sut, man, child, is all the army that Sri Ram is making, all the monkey army that Sri Ram is making is just like you, just small. This place has such strong devils, almost demon. With small monkey like you cannot fight that. So more hridaya parama sandeha means I am really doubtful whether this kind of army can handle this situation here. Then suddenly Suna kapi pragata keenan nija deha. More hridaya parama sandeha sun kapi prakata kina nij deha kanaka bhudara kar sarira समर भयंकर अति बलबीरा सीता मन भरोस तब भयहु पुनि लघु रूप पवन सुत लयहु. Then what happened? Hanumanji thought, oh, mistake. Yeah, I have come here to win confidence, and I'm defeating I'm creating more doubt about the whole process of army building and Ram and everything. Then immediately he said, oh. When Sita Ji said, More Hridaya Paramasande, I have a doubt. I am really having doubt about the army, and if all the army is just like you, then it's over, and I'm all going to be dead in 1 month time. That must be the. Then Hanumanji said, oh, mistake. Let's show what he is all about. Kanaka Bhutara, Sunakapi Pragata Keen Nij Deha. He made his body real big and strong. Kanaka Bhudara Kara Sarira, Samara Bhayankar Ativalabira. And that's exactly what is seen here. He made him size so big, so huge, and Sita Ji is so small. He said, now Sita Ji said, Sita man bharos tab bhayo. Now she is confident about it. Then the moment she was confident, she smiled, oh my, I didn't understand that you are that good. So if that is your situation, then this is the kind of army Hanumanji Ramchandraji is making there. Then I have bharosa, I have confidence about. Punila Guru Pavan Sutalayo. Then immediately he became small. And then what happened? Man Santosh Sunat Kapibani Bhagati Pratap Tej Balasani. And Hanumanji told all some of the things that Ramchandraji is doing, and she saw the great devotion of Hanumanji for Ramchandraji. And she's confident that with that devotion things will happen through Hanumanji. At the same time, he is strong also, but he is not proud of what his strengths are. So that caused tremendous belief in Sita Ji. And this is what I call, you know what? This is what is called the oxytocin effect. Oxytocin changes somebody's demeanor from this like most depressed, suicidal, almost Sita Ji is like enveloped with a black cloud of depression, anxiety, stress, you name it. And after Hanumanji gave the ring and the Ram Katha, she became from this to this. Look at the effulgence on her face. Her entire face lit up after she saw Hanumanji and the Katha and the Mudrika. Everything added up to the oxytocin effect. Okay. Now, what is oxytocin? So, oxytocin is a hormone released by pituitary gland, whose structure is circular, like a ring. The beauty is that, I mean, I don't know how that happened. Oxytocin is the real hormone which has the effect of what you see there in after Sita Ji saw the ring and Ram Katha and Hanumanji. And this is exactly what oxytocin looks like. Molecular structure. I was so amazed to see that oxytocin has a molecular structure of this kind. And then he said, Tab dekhi mudrika manohar Ram Nama Ankit Ati Sundar. This is what she saw, and the effect is, you know it. What are the functions of oxytocin? Oxytocin does what you saw Sita Ji experience. And what it does, it regulates emotional response, builds and retrieves positive memories of the past, positive memories. That ring did that magic. Builds trust. Oxytocin builds trust and processes bonding cues, establishes positive communication. The feeling of toastiness and the tranquil feeling when we think or are with people we care, that is actually the oxytocin effect. You understand? This is beautiful. This is what Hanumanji was able to communicate through that ring. And what and where is Sita Ji represented in our body physiology? That is very important to note that. Now, all this thing is good as far as Sita Ji, Hanuman Ji, the ring and Sri Ram and everything. But how does that relate to our body physiology, right? So in Atharva Veda, I was very surprised to learn that the cardiovascular system, Atharva Veda has all those medicine, and Ayurveda is a branch of Atharva Veda. So the cardiovascular system and the blood vessels are equated to feminine or mother quality in Atharva Veda. And the Lakshmi Ji, which sustains and supports all our nourishment, is represented by another goddess, which is Lakshmi, right? So she supports, and is responsible for dynamism, supporting functions, and nourishing function also. So that's what Sita Ji represents. So Sita Ji can be said to represent the blood or the blood vessel in our body. Okay. Now, what does dropping the ring in front of Sita Ji from the tree mean? Right? Why could he not give the ring directly to Sita Ji? No, but dropping has to be the dropping. Why? Because amongst all the messengers, the hormones gets dropped or is released into the bloodstream via ductless endocrine glands. So the neurotransmitters would be released from the presynaptic nerve terminal, right? From the nerve terminal, the hormone, the neurotransmitter will be released. But hormones are not released that way. Hormones are released directly into the bloodstream from the endocrine gland. So why oxytocin and why not other excitatory neurotransmitters? Neurotransmitters have a brain-blood barrier to cross. So it cannot be just released from the new nerve ending and directly into the bloodstream. No, because there is a barrier. There is a blood-brain barrier. So this is wonderful. Nothing can go from blood to the brain and from the brain to the blood. There is a barrier, and that barrier has to be crossed before you can go, because the brain, if it senses that it's something is not good for the brain, it will filter it out. It won't let it happen. And similarly, if some toxin is released by the brain, it does not go into the blood directly. So it has to be it is very controlled process here. The oxytocin, on the other hand, can pass from the brain to the blood directly, right, without encountering the brain blood barrier. And the way Sita Ji's attitude became positive and her face lit up after seeing the ring points to oxytocin hormone, which Hanumanji, or our breath, helps deliver to manifest change from high anxiety, suicidal mode to peaceful, trusting, and serene mode. That's why the oxytocin. And after uh, burning the Lanka and coming back to Sita Ji, Hanumanji said, Mother, can you give me something so that I have to, the way I brought ring for you from Sri Ram, I would appreciate if you would give me something to take back to Sri Ram, so that he knows that I have met you. And he also needs to be confident the fact that I have done the job that I was supposed to as a Ramdoot, right? So Matu mohi dije kachu china, जैसे रघुनायक मोहि दीन्हा, चूड़ामणि उतार तब दयऊ, हर्ष समेत पवन सुत लयऊ, कहे तात अस मोर प्रणामा, सब प्रकार प्रभु पूरन कामा, दीन दयाल बिरिधु संबारी, हरहु नाथ मम संकट भारी, तात सक्रसुत कथा सुनायऊ, बान प्रताप प्रभु समझायऊ, मास दिवस महु नाथ नावा, तो मुनि पुनि मोहि जियत नहीं पावा, कह कपि के विधि राखो प्राणा, तुम तात कहत अब जाना, तो ही देखी शीतल भई छाती, पुनि मोह कहू सोई दिन सो राती, जनक सुत ही समझाई करी, बहु विधि धीरज दीना, चरण कमल सिरुनाई कपि, गवन राम पई कीना. Sita Ji said, Hanumanji said, please give me something, mother. So Sita Ji gave the chudamani. And then she said that, please go and tell Sri Ram, first of all, send my respect, my pranams to him. And then tell him, Deen Dayala Virudh Sambhari. It is a promise. that you take care of downtrodden. What has happened to that? Please remind him of the story of Jayant, who, as a crow, came to test the strength of Lord Ram. And in the process, what he did was he bit my feet. And Ramchandra ji chased him with one of the barn. Chased him means he just took a straw from the floor and then he used that as a Brahma barn at him. With such a small mistake of his, you could do Brahma barn. But here, this devil is harassing me every day and nothing is happening from your side. What's that? In 1 month, if you don't come and take me, rescue me, I'll be dead. Then you will not see me. Kau kapit ke vidirako prana. You tell me how I will protect myself now. I just saw you. After having seen you, I felt better. But now you also saying that you want to go back. So please, Hanumanji said, Mother, don't worry. Lord will come. Now this message is going to be delivered to Sri Ram. So from Ramdoot, or the messenger of consciousness, now he becomes Sita Doot, or messenger of Adi Shakti, or that energy which powers consciousness. This is the power of Chalisa breathing. You become Ramdoot and then you become Shakti Doot, Adi Shakti Doot, which powers consciousness. We will discuss this next time. Thank you so much. You know what to do now. Please do subscribe, share, like, and press the bell icon. That's about it. Thank you. Thank you so much. We shall see you in the next episode.